You are listening to DropTent Media Network.
There we go. James with the
just a
slap.
safety one.
Yeah, that's a good safety one.
All right, yo, welcome to the cast, baby.
We got a special guest, a very special boy, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm special.
You're special, man. James McAliney, everybody, ladies and gents, welcome to the cast. Everyone, I don't care if you're fucking driving, clap. Not you, not us. We don't have to clap.
Okay.
I feel like this has been a long time coming.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
attempt
you
on
have
it.
hit me up like several times, always like 2 hours in advance or something like that. But I'm glad we got
I think
it done.
of you as a regular, even though this is the first time. I'm like, yeah, we'll just have him swing by and pop in, even though you're an hour away.
I was like, do they book everything 3 days in advance, or I don't know.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, because I remember you and Cody the most when I was like first starting stand up.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly one of the first bits I saw you do was the gullible bit.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to do that one again now.
He's bringing it back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I am very nervous. Even though I know both of you, I'm like, got to be good on the podcast.
I think
I don't want to bomb in front of my friends.
The last time, I think we actually did have him on before. If you guys recall, we went into Grandma's trailer and tried to do one, and that one didn't turn out so great.
I definitely bombed on that one.
I don't know if you necessarily bombed as much as it just was a shit show coming from everybody.
There was like smoke. I remember there was like smoke, like was burning my eyes.
That was part of the
stuff.
test. We tried to see if you were. It was a fear factor.
It's like his trailer is like
And that was smoke made of dreams.
Yeah, no, his
Yeah,
trailer.
I think it was DMT.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
You're
he was
actually still
vaping.
hallucinating. We're still in the trailer.
I
right
think
now.
someone was. Can we say names? Someone was allegedly vaping.
Dude, I thought
DMT.
you don't say his name. Now
Someone's
gonna kick your ass, dude.
Oh,
Someone, last name one.
Someone. I mean,
I feel like we might have talked about that experience on this cast, but just in case, yeah. the person we were doing with the utmost respect, dude. Because I'll freak out if I smoke weed.
Yeah.
So this person who is just ripping DMT was like, yeah, let's cast. And I was like, God damn.
I didn't mind that. I'll say last night I was I saw this other someone who we're talking about last night, and I was in an environment where I was like having flashbacks to like parties in high school where I'm just like sitting in the corner, afraid, like don't know what to do. Why is everyone having fun? Everyone's doing drugs and partying, and I'm just like paranoia, freaking out, like, oh my god, like I was supposed to do stand up, but I just left. I was like, I can't stand it here.
Oh, really?
And that's like, I think that's the first time I've ever done that.
So you didn't really know too many people at this
I didn't know
place.
any. It was I don't even know. I've never been to a rave. It wasn't like as bad as a rave, but it was like a big, like an old bank, almost like a 2-story bank, in Pottstown. I don't know if I should say the address,
I
but
mean, Pottstown has lots of places. I don't think the whole place
Yeah.
of Pottsville.
but it was like an open mic / art night.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
know
And
what
there
you're
was like a
talking about.
lot
We're gonna
of
start
like,
doing comedy shows there.
Yeah. I think if you do
So
an
stay
actual
tuned, people.
show, that was good. But this was like, it was like just a party. People were, a lot of drugs, a lot of, I saw someone there, and they're like, I was like, oof. This person that we know came. I was like, oh, glad you're here. And then a little while later, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and rail some hard drugs. And I was like, okay. And then I'm
Didn't
just.
even like specify the drug. He's just like in general hard drugs.
I mean, I assumed it was.
I think James is being
I think I know what it is, but
James is being very paranoid. He doesn't need any drugs coming after him either.
yeah, I
won't
don't.
say this guy's name, and I won't say which drugs, just in
Yeah.
case drug dealers hear
No,
about
'cause-
it. They're like, why are you talking shit on my drug, dude? Why are you going on cast saying fucking K's bad? This definitely was K. I'm sure they were talking
I
about.
think so.
Pottsville, this is Cokesville.
Yeah, I
It's like,
do.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and smoke a fucking joint by myself.
Yeah, I will say, like, I went there like a couple weeks before with someone else who's related to that someone.
People are probably having a hard time trying to.
and they're like the residential drug dealer of that like art night, like all these hippies partying.
Yeah.
They're like, am I allowed to be saying
No.
this?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, and so like they were like showing me around and like very welcoming, but like every now and then someone would come up to them and be like, "Yo, I need 2 grams of whatever," or
They have,
something like
serious
that.
business.
And then they were outside on the street, like the cops were driving by, like, "Oh, I can't pull it out right now. Let's let the cops pass."
It's so funny that they would go outside. And be
Yeah.
like, let's do it where the cops could possibly see us.
Yeah.
Just so that these normal people already on it inside.
I don't know.
Don't see us doing it. Well, because no, that's actually I think what they would
Yeah.
rather do is see a cop and have to deal with that situation than have someone see them doing it in there. Like,
Yeah.
shit, dude, let me get a free line or whatever, and they don't want to deal with bumps.
That was more comfortable to me. Like I was like curious. Okay, so this is how the business of drug. It's not like a comedy similar to drug dealing, you know.
Right? Yeah, you gotta lure them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them on an open mic. And then
But yesterday I was just like, they had a DJ, like it was an open mic, and like anything with like some DJ was like just playing like weird, shrieky, spooky sounds, and I was just in the back like, everyone's high and weird, and I feel like a loser because I'm not talking to people. So I just
when
got,
was this?
yesterday.
this is last night.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, no, it's so funny though. Like everybody's like on these drugs that are like have the possibility of like making you go into these like your own thoughts are like poison or like just like scary, and your drug is nothing, no drug of choice, and it's just happening to you anyway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just interesting to see how that happens.
Yeah, and
My
I-
drug is nothing?
Well,
What do
no,
you mean?
I'm just saying like you weren't. I meant to just say you weren't
Yeah.
on drugs. I'm just saying
Yeah.
you, and just so that people like listening, like you don't experiment with drugs. and
Yeah.
shit. Like
I mean,
you're more
you
into
never
like
did, right? It's not like you did it and quit.
yeah, I never really like did drugs.
which is
no.
why you were fucked. Like going to that high
Yeah.
school party, you
Yeah.
were fucked right from the beginning.
I
Because
guess
the
so.
only thing I knew, like I remember going to high school parties and stuff,
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, first move. Gotta find beer and gotta make sure
Yeah.
that I'm getting drunk, and that's the goal. You're like, all right, how do I negotiate more beers? And then once you got
Yeah.
the beer, you're like, all right, I guess what do I do? I'm panicking too. I just surround myself like, oh, the pong table. Everyone's surrounding the pong table. Let's go there.
Yeah.
And everyone's like just like talking about the pong game that no one gives a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole
Yeah.
bunch of people that don't know how
Yeah.
to socialize.
And yeah, exactly.
Now
and then
it's at a different level.
right. It's just weird, and there's like I don't know. I noticed like there's always like people who like don't do stuff like that have it figured out. Where like if they're not into drinking, they like I'm the bartender or I'm like
Ooh.
in charge of the pong game or something. Like people like get roles if they don't want to drink.
They still
and-
want to be part of the thing.
Yeah.
But they don't want to involve themselves in the substance.
But me, I'm just like, why am I even here? I don't even want to be part of this.
Yeah.
I guess like now, like sometimes I'll like bring a camera and record if it's like that type of place. But like at music festivals and stuff like that,
Yeah.
just like have a role so you don't feel like
So
a
would you
loser
say
doing
would you
nothing.
would you feel more comfortable at like a festival in comparison, just or like is this like place like kind of like a festival indoors in your mind, or is this just like a kind of different vibe?
It was like half that, but like there's at least like a purpose at a festival to see music, and like if there's no purpose, that like freaks me the fuck out. Like
Right.
the purpose was just to like do drugs and drink alcohol and hang out and chill, and it was like all people I didn't know, so that was just terrifying.
Well, one thing I am curious of, someone has a gun to your head. They're like, you can pick whatever drug or alcohol you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to do something.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
Well, I will say that I do drugs. It's
You
just
do?
like sugar is my drug.
Okay, I got it.
Like, like.
All right, but like outside of that.
Yeah.
outside of
No,
that.
I definitely like. I'll say.
Humor us if you will.
No, I will. I'll just say that like I bet you the feeling that when someone like does coke or something is the same feeling when I like, one of those powdery donuts that it just like clogs you up, or
I
just
feel that.
chocolate
Oh
milk.
fuck, dude, that's
Yeah.
so much worse.
Oh
It's-
yeah, no,
it's-
I'm not saying it's better
I
at
know,
all.
you're not-
It's not like
no, that sucks. Though.
but it would probably like I don't know like mushrooms or acid because I'm like there's
Whoa,
a chance
I didn't expect that.
I knew, yeah.
because I'm like there's a chance that I'm gonna reach enlightenment doing this drug, or it's gonna change my life or something
Have you
like
ever
that.
seen Enlightenment after a chicken nugget?
No, I mean I pass out sometimes
Oh.
and have weird dreams.
Well,
See, maybe
that's interesting because with the mushrooms and acid, seeking the enlightenment aspect
Yeah.
of it, that's more of running towards your shit. Which for me,
yeah,
I definitely have had like food addiction and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
For food addiction,
yeah,
it seems more like an escape.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'll say like the last night at the party was definitely like of realization that like I didn't deal with these issues as a kid, so they're coming right back.
Gotcha.
Food. I don't know. I don't know if it's escape or not.
For me,
I have no idea. I don't know. It's I think it's more of like self-destructive behavior for me. It might be different for everyone. It's just me.
Do you
it's
think you're a bit of a masochist?
Yeah,
what
for
is
sure.
that?
Sure. There's moments where like I just eat so much food it hurts, and I'm like, mission achieved or whatever.
Masochist is into like self-affliction kind of thing.
Okay. So, yeah.
I mean,
I love that.
yeah, like
I'm a huge mask.
yeah. No, I mean, I like making things hard for me for sure. Like even on stage, you might notice I especially when I'm working stuff out, I'm like fuck this shit, and I dig like a deeper hole than I need or something like that.
Right, so maybe you should do that, and you're like, since you're already, you get struggling with these food addictions.
Yeah.
Maybe try some drugs.
Add
some more food to your
What's
plate.
the closest you've ever come to trying drugs? Have you ever come close?
I've been giving drugs.
Probably
drugs for
probably
this
at a
entire
high
time.
school
He just doesn't
party.
know that.
Is either freshman or sophomore year. At some like that I almost like I was thinking about drinking alcohol, and
Shame.
I took a sip, and then I was like, this is disgusting. I spit it down the
What,
toilet.
You spit it out?
Uh,
Bullshit, dude.
What keeps
You
you from
fucking
it?
swallow.
What is it, like a lack of curiosity? Is it like that doesn't seem like it seems
doesn't
like it wouldn't be fun? Or?
It doesn't feel like me, and also it's just like, oh, this is another problem I don't want to deal with. Like I know how trapping and how inescapable like food is or other things are for me. I'm like, I don't want to get into another.
I relate
hole.
to that so much. I recently got offered Coke.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't because I know I'm gonna like it too much.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't start Coke.
Yeah. No. Is it what like what's the
It's a
one
young
way-
man's game.
You either love it
You're
or
the perfect age for it.
you love it, or like your nose starts bleeding and you can't stop it. Like there's no good outcome.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you just
it
do
does-
Coke, and then and then you wake up the next day, you're like, that was cool.
You're the coolest person at the party.
Cool. No, I think there's a bunch of people who have jokes. I think Matt Byrne has a joke about that. It's like, I just like to be annoying at parties.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, dude. I don't mean to burn his joke, but
Yeah.
right
No,
new material,
and
Matt. I'm just kidding. He's
it
a
does
good
make
boy.
sense,
Shout out
though.
Matt Byrne.
Shout out Matt Byrne. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, you're good.
Um,
I was just telling other people's jokes. Ruining the material. No worries. Go ahead.
You want to tell my buying cocaine story?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
closest I came to doing cocaine, where like it was a couple of us. I don't think either of you were there, but a couple of us were like hanging out outside an open mic like real late, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go get some cocaine and watch John Carpenter's Vampires or something like that."
Yeah, they love doing like these certain group of individuals
Yeah.
love getting coke
and
and then watching like real shitty, awesome movies. You're
They're
like,
very
like Nicolas
emo.
Cage goes fights like demons that are on meth,
yeah,
crystal meth heroin. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you're coked out. But I don't think it's really
And it-
like a James cup of tea.
yeah, it wasn't. It was me.
Turn that back on.
The lights just went
Jesus
out.
Christ.
Uh-oh.
well, we still got
start
power though. It's
dying.
just the light.
So this is like what made it easier is because like they were fun people to hang out. It was cool, and there was another person who hadn't done coke as well. So it's like they're gonna do it. So they're like the peer pressure is more like, what are you, lame or something like that. But
Right. Right.
But really, just like sometimes you just like I get the vibe. Like sometimes it's like ew, like you see someone doing drugs and you're like I don't want any part of that. But sometimes you see people like really relaxing and you're like, okay, yeah, I could see
Yeah, that
myself
seems
doing
nice.
this. There's a cool vibe to this.
But dude, I hearing you talk about this, it does make sense because I can sense that you do have an all-in personality. If you guys haven't seen it, the James's Comedy Diaries, which are on YouTube. What's the channel for that? Just James McAliney?
yeah, youtube.com/James McAliney. Just Google James McAliney or Comedy Diaries of James.
Yeah, and it's fucking dope, but it's very clear that you just go all in.
Yeah.
And like that's very much your personality, which I fucks with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, dude.
you don't seem like the kind of person that just like tries something
Yeah.
and you're just like, eh.
And that's kind of addiction. I mean, I'm addicted to stand. That's also why I don't like. You two are both really big into roasts and do a lot of roasts. I can't see the nuance in that, so it's either like I'm just gonna destroy you any way I can, or like I don't see.
James, you like
It's
to do
hard.
roast, but you don't like when the people are ready.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
I don't like
you're
a fair
cheating.
fight.
You're
But also,
cheating.
I
No,
mean,
I get it. What are you
also
talking
like specific, it's fun to like make fun of your friends. I get
Right.
that.
Well,
but
also when
writing,
you put a spotlight on something, now it's like, oh, and now this has to be
yeah,
a roast, and this has to be funny in a
Yeah.
certain way. It's like, because when you're doing it, you're kind of just like, oh, did I say something really fucked up about you? Whoops,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you're very Miyagi-Do about it, where it's like it's only meant for self-defense.
yeah, that is
You know
true.
what I mean? But
That
we're
is true.
Cobra Kai. You're Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
just started watching that show, dude.
yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
That although occasionally I do like snap, and I'm just beating the crap metaphorically with words out of someone until they're bloody on the floor, and everyone's like, "Stop! This is a horrible thing. Don't do this anymore." I think there's
Black
two.
out into Cobra.
There's 2 videos in the Comedy Diaries of me losing it on stage, and,
Yeah,
and really.
I remember one of those. I don't know if this was in one of your
Yeah.
when you say "fuck you," or you say, "Oh wait, what was it? Was that at We used to do a mic in Rowan
Okay.
at the me Jeff
Yeah.
and Britt and Rusty used to run
Okay.
this mic, and didn't you
Yeah.
like tell all the like you're just like go fuck yourselves or something, or is that at a different place?
I don't know. I don't remember that. The 3 I'm thinking there's one you were, the 2 that are in videos you weren't there for, but there's one that I haven't like released that you were there for, was at the Flying W, where someone like started, like it was their first time doing comedy, so like not a good person to go, but like they were talking about like how they were a pedophile on stage, like they were joking,
shit.
but it was weird because it's called airplane mode.
Is that what that is?
Y-
I'm fucking
yeah.
up on every level
No,
right now. Keep going.
I didn't
though.
mean to sound like an asshole. It's called airplane
I think
mode.
you did. I think you absolutely.
You piece of
did mean to
shit.
sound like an asshole. Because if you didn't, that's naturally good.
What kind of operation are you running? Oh, let me calm down.
Sorry, James. Sorry for that unprofessionalism.
No,
right there.
so I am. It's all. I need to calm down. Do you have any drugs that'll make me chill out?
Yeah, it's under the cup with the spider.
I just had a bunch of. I've been really good without having sugar for like the past month, and then these last 2 days.
What if I could tell you something like you smoking weed would enhance your other addictions so perfectly?
I don't think so, because I think I would be the one who gets like super anxious. And
Oh yeah, you
scared.
probably
That's how
freak.
I am.
You'd probably
Yeah.
freak out. It'd be hilarious. Wanna
Yeah.
smoke, dude.
No,
No.
I
We
can
can make
see,
this like one of those podcasts where you force people to do stuff they
No.
don't want to do and then film them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, no,
I
that's
could
okay.
See you, I could see you really enjoying drinking so much,
Yeah.
but like too much. Because it
yeah.
would get you out of your head, and I could totally.
Is it
see you
because I'm
being like,
Irish?
I
This
feel
is-
free. I could see you like feeling
Yeah,
like so comfortable,
yeah,
and just being like,
yeah.
"This is the best."
James
Yeah.
just gets every time he gets drunk, he just gets naked and just wanders into the woods with a bottle.
Yeah.
and just like.
I wander into the woods without getting drunk. So.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine the places you go. I mean, dude, I think it's cool that you don't drink.
Yeah.
Someone needs to drive.
So
Just kidding, I'll
okay.
still do it.
Yeah. I should probably finish
should probably
the.
go one fucking podcast without mentioning my DUI. But I'm sorry, James. Go
So
ahead.
I should probably finish the the pedophile person
yeah,
story.
Yeah, sorry.
Just 'cause I don't-
That's also on me.
No, no,
'Cause
no.
At first, it sounded like so. There was this guy at a mic who's a
Yeah,
pedophile.
no, he was.
So, anyways,
He was like doing so the
airplane
comedian
mode.
before him was doing crowd work, and his crowd work is very like he was accusing him of being a pedophile in his crowd work. If I don't know if this bring back memories to you yet.
It's starting to, but I can't think of the comedian you're
He moved
referring
to Vegas and then LA, kind of. The comedian I'm talking about. He's a very strange
Oh,
person.
yes.
Um,
Yes.
So then he was like I think he was gonna try to be like a psychiatrist on stage, but the comedian like made him just like own in the moment. He's just like, yeah, comedian accused him of being a pedophile. He's like, yeah, I'm a pedophile. He just owned it as like a defense.
Right.
And then
I do remember what you're talking
Yeah.
about now. Was this guy?
He was like an older guy in a suit.
What's his name? Oh yeah. Okay.
Is he a
right.
real person that comes around still?
No.
Okay.
No, he can't be.
But he just like talked about being a pedophile like the whole time on stage all of a sudden.
I mean, that's killer stuff.
And
That's good stuff. I mean, it's always funny. I mean, fun comedy is in reality, so it's really not that. I mean, it's hacky if he's not actually pedophiling, but
yeah,
I could imagine someone like being a really good comedian because they're really pedophiling.
I mean, think of some of the greats right now.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So it just bothered me so much that I like just my whole 6-minute set was just going into him really hard. And at first, everyone is on my side. Then I like started saying things like. You know how I would get away with killing someone, running them over with a car, and then I lost the whole audience because they're like, is he like actually suggesting that he's going to kill this person? So that's the darkest I've ever been on stage, and I'm glad I was able to admit it here on your podcast.
There we go, dude. We like to make sure that there's a sliver of your soul here in the cast, like a Horcrux.
Yeah.
Think of this as your fucking Horcrux, dude.
Yeah, dude. You can't be killed unless this podcast is killed, which you can't kill something that ain't living.
Yeah.
True. And then we keep the other part of you in a fucking snake.
Oh,
But,
shit.
Pet snake.
A garden snake.
You're
But
like, get in there.
But dude,
Paul's
I
still
mean,
outside, like
but I have been there where I've just gone way too hard.
Yeah.
It happened at Fergie's.
The best place to do
That's
it.
about, yeah.
At Fergie's, there was
Would you call somebody like darn idiot?
I don't know.
Did you misgender them, you piece of shit?
What's up, you fucking they, she, whatever you are? But I don't know if I told this story before, but I was like, I don't know, I was about like a year in, and I went to Fergie's, and it was like really late. They kept pushing me back further and further, which
That's
happens
enraging.
there a decent amount. Which is like, they don't know
Maybe
me.
just
so
be funnier, dude. So
Yeah.
like a lot
they
of
don't know
complaining.
me. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so then I'm on at like crazy late time, and while I'm going on, there's just this fucking drunk dude with his boys, and they've been like calling out the whole time. And then this dude just makes eye contact with me and just holds the middle finger up to me for like a few minutes.
You have told me this before.
Yeah, for a few minutes. And then I
Yeah.
just lost it. I was like, you know what? Fucking kill yourself. I was like, I literally hate you so much. Fuck you. Fuck all your friends.
Oh,
Suck my fucking dick. Like I just abandoned all attempt at comedy. And then I
hilarious
was
if
like,
you wrote that part. It's like just it's like there's probably gonna be a guy there for this.
and then I was like, all right, see ya. And then
So is this why you went to a crowd working class today?
yeah.
He's like, all right, that's not it.
No, but here's the
Anger management.
Yeah. Mixture of the two courses actually could be very useful.
But dude, the best part of it was I went off stage, and then the people that ran it were like pretty cool about it.
Good.
They were like, "Yo, like we fucking hated that guy. Do you want like a shot or something?" And I was like, "I would love that."
Yeah.
So, but then the host comes on, and they're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for blah blah blah," and it's that guy.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Right after me, his friend, like he lost a bet that one of those things.
Oh, okay. He wasn't the host. I thought he was the host.
No,
for a
no, he
second.
wasn't the host.
Hosting at the Flying W. Like, all right, here's Rob Cruz, and doesn't even leave the stage. You're like, fuck you. Eat
Oh,
this
yeah.
dick.
No, the host brought this dude up, and then he bombed, and it was sick.
Yeah, I've
is
done
true.
that in New York where someone was like shitting on me, so I just destroyed them. Not in control. Like I just made the whole crowd shout "fuck you" like with me at that guy, and that's like the most powerful I've ever felt
Right.
in comedy.
And, I mean, that's kind of how you have to treat hecklers
Yeah.
and people like that. Is that you have to talk to the masses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they all like hated him. Like, I was just like, you just got to relate to. This is an open mic. why are you doing this? Like,
Yeah.
fuck you. And everyone was like, fuck you. And
Yeah.
and then he was next, and he tried to shit on me and just bombed horribly, and it was the best
Dude,
I've ever felt.
How would have you
Oh,
felt,
man.
dude, if he was like he was just a man with words and he was able to get everybody, or maybe the crowd was just unloyal and is like,
Yeah.
well, fuck that guy. They're like, yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy too. They're just a very chanty audience.
Yeah.
And it is interesting too because you kind of you got to make sure that everyone in the crowd knows that dude's being shitty and that
Yeah.
it's kind of fair play.
Yeah. And I would like when that happened, I was like when I saw him bomb, I was like he's not used to shitting on people from stage. I've been doing this for a long time. I know how you do it. You first you say a nice thing about them so they remember who this person is, like, or a neutral thing, remember who they are, introduce them again cuz they might forget or whatever, and then you go like, haha, I liked how and you say like a half compliment, half like shit. I liked how you weren't paying attention or whatever.
You
just
ease the crowd into it,
Yeah.
so that way you don't tell them to kill themselves immediately.
right, yeah.
Are you taking notes?
I'm taking notes, baby.
No,
How much are you?
Yeah.
Charge him $150, please.
dude. Yeah, I have an online crowd work class that you can sign up for. We just teach people getting to the place you want to be, telling
That's
someone
literally
to
what
suck
Rob
Dude,
your.
yeah,
That's
you're
literally
literally
what
talking
I'm-
about what I'm doing
I'm
right
s-
now.
Oh,
Rob-
are you taking that online crowd work class?
Yeah.
With
Put me in a
oh,
bad mood.
okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I just did I just did the first class today, and there's actually one of our boys that's also in it.
Who's that?
And like, I'm
You
not
don't
gonna,
wanna-
I'm
you don't
not
wanna
gonna
tell
say it
him?
on here.
Because it's a shameful thing to know that you.
Well,
take
I just don't know if he wants people to know.
Okay.
I don't think it's shameful.
It's a shameful thing for comedians to take classes.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's shameful. I just don't know if he wants people to know. But
I think
Okay,
people
I
will figure
just-
it out because I know that the.
Is
the,
it Matt Byrne? Just say it's Matt Byrne. Oh my God, it is.
no, it's not Matt Byrne.
Okay.
It's funny though. So who's the one that teaches his class? I was telling him like if you like are trying to like, I think like crowd work's a hard thing to like not put your whole like ideals in it. Like you're doing right now is kind of like saying something pretty objectively and just like how to do it, you know.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the one guy who teaches the course, he's a gay dude, and he's very like. You could hear it in his voice, so I
Yeah.
just figured like Rob, as soon as he starts doing crowd work, it's just gonna be like just it goes right into gay mode. But
No, I mean we had the first class today. No bullshit, pretty tight.
Yeah.
Because what I liked about it is I James, I know you do improv.
Yeah.
I always wanted to take an improv class, but I wasn't quite sure about it. But we're doing like certain improv exercises,
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
like it's actually like a sick mix. It's like an improv
Yeah.
class mixed with like
Yeah.
a crowd work thing. So I'm like, all right, sick.
Yeah.
It's actually
Improv.
pretty dope.
Yeah, improv translates better as far as like, not as far as like watching a show, but as far as like exercising comedic muscles online. So yeah, I've been doing that. Actually, speaking of the crowd work, I was talking to
it's
someone.
called airplane mode. Oh shit, that's mine too.
Is that
God damn
Alexa?
it. Alexa, stop listening.
I was talking to someone actually 2 days ago, and they're like,
Nothing else can
the
possibly
teacher
go.
of that class showed them their slides, and I was like, for the class, and I was like, can you send me those slides? I don't want to pay to take the. And they're like, well, your crowd work is good already, and I was like, oh, thank you, and I stopped. Like they just complimented me to
Oh wait,
stop
the
me. to
teacher
stop.
for this class?
No, it wasn't a teacher. It was someone who was friends with the teacher. Was like, yeah, I saw his slides. He was showing me his slides, and it's amazing what he's teaching or whatever. And so I was like trying to like get the slides for free.
Check Spark Notes.
Yeah.
Here, Spark Notes has stuff for being great at crowd work without having to do it ever. Like just like you don't have to read the book, and you'll be really good at the report.
Yeah.
See, the issue I take up with him learning crowd work right now
Yeah.
is because there's not gonna be any fucking crowds to do it with. It's like learning how to ride a bike, and then the gravity's not gonna exist in
Yeah.
5 weeks. And you're just like, well, at least I know, because
Yeah.
his argument was I know the idea of how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, how would that drive you crazy?
Yeah, but dude, all right. So the conversation we had today, like I
was
didn't,
yelling, I got- it
I
put me
didn't
up-
understand it at all because you were like, you gotta just fucking do it. I'm like, I'm also doing that. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you know, I do stand up.
No, dude. You don't.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not just taking a class and then just fucking beating my meat like at home. I was
Yeah.
like, what do you?
I wasn't saying that. I was saying that the idea of someone else's crowd work stuff, I was thinking it more of like I've taken lessons before. They're usually a little bit more broader and stuff.
Yeah.
I just know that the person I was doing it was a trained professional, like a paid professional, and was going around the country and world and stuff. And you're doing someone's been he's not bad. He's a good comedian.
Yeah.
But he really doesn't have too much experience beyond Philly, from what I understand. I could be wrong though. And also even with his experience there, he still could be awesome at it. I was just thinking that, like, I think that when you're trying to do something and you take the courses a little bit too literally, you could get stuck in that field. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, he's so far. I mean, I only took one class today. It does seem like just overall like concepts of it, because there is like certain things where I have done crowd work, but it's more like I'll approach crowd work the way I approach like the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are like certain mechanics to it that I'm not too aware of. So I think like doing like some exercises with the other comics where you're like, all right, it's not a big deal if we fuck up.
I mean, that
like,
was also one of the issues I had with it, that it was on fucking Zoom.
Yeah.
Crowd working on a Zoom, like I was like, what?
But how is it going to even
Yeah, I think
if
if you do that in addition to putting it into
Right.
practice, then it's cool.
Okay,
You can't just like
let me put this
you
in
can't
a-
just do one or the other. You got to do both.
Absolutely. This is kind of what you're doing right now. Is kind of like going in the sauna before you work out. Get the muscles nice and warmed up.
Yes.
And as long as you're not just going in the sauna and then going home. It's
Right.
Fucking, I'm sweating. That must be improving somewhere.
because you're good at crowd work right now, like, and
That's
Cody
what
is
I'm saying.
too. What, like, so here's my principle on crowd work. I just explained how you shit on someone, and I only do that as like self-defense. Like if someone's
Miyagi-Do.
if someone's like being an asshole to you, and you're like, I gotta look strong to these people on stage, or if they're just like disrupting the room or whatever. But then also like another way, like easy way to do crowd work is just like have a bit about like your job, and then before you do that bit, you just ask people in the crowd, hey, do you have a job, and try and find something interesting there. But that's like as deep as I go with crowd work, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that was kind of sick was like an exercise we did today was how to approach someone who's a dead end.
I know.
I know what you mean. Stop.
I don't mean to brag.
So like, so we did an exercise where he was someone who like interrupted, but then didn't give you anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, you asked him a question like, "What do you do for a living?" He's like, "Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that," and then like you have to like respond to that,
Yeah.
and then we like kind of talked. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll say I am a dead end. I was at I think you were supposed to go. You were asked to go to the show, an Andrew Schultz show, but you couldn't do it, so I went.
Oh yeah.
And he's a comedian who does a lot of crowd work, and I wasn't interrupting, but he was like, he like looked at me and he's like, oh, this is gonna be really good. He's like, oh, did the other comedians talk to you? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, they saved the best for me. And then I just shut him down. Like, I was just the biggest dead end ever. Where it's like, what do you do for a job? And I was like, I work. I make software for HVAC companies.
Did you say it like that?
Yes.
I feel like there's plenty to work with there.
And then he's like, nothing funny there. And then he just moved on.
Smooth. I think
yeah.
he realized in the cadence of how you said that you might have been a comedian, and he smelt it like a
Maybe. I don't.
like a
maybe
shark
it wasn't.
that bites a human. It's like, I don't want that.
It
That's
wasn't
not
as
sexual.
creepy as I said it just now, but.
Okay. How'd that
Yeah.
make you feel, dude? That you shut down a comedian trying
Well,
to
I'm just
perform
like,
his art, man.
I don't. Yeah, you're right.
You don't want to get hit in the friendly fire.
I'm just
I get
so
it.
anxious. Yeah, like the first time I went to the Comedy Cellar before I even did comedy, and knowing really almost nothing about comedy, me and my dad sat in the front row, and my dad's not a loose end. What's the right word for it? Not loose
Dead
end.
end.
Dead end. So he like loves
I
playing.
just said not a loose
He's
end.
the biggest asshole ever. Like comedians were like, there was a couple in the front, and of course they got a lot of stuff. And one of the comedians was like, "How long do you think they're gonna last?" And my dad's like, 3 months or something like that.
Got him, dude.
He's that kind of. But then they would like look at my dad and then just see me sitting next to him, and then they just
You and your dad look alike?
No, he looks like Bill Clinton, I guess.
Okay.
And they would just like, you would just take all these hits sitting in the front row, and that was the most like terrifying, anxiety-inducing experience ever, because someone would say something to you, and I just wouldn't have the presence of mind to even hear what they were saying because I was just so blinded by all the attention being on you.
Right.
And then they'd make a joke about you, and it feels like a giant like wave of laughter is like knocking you over.
I mean, there really is no good way out of that. When a
Yeah.
comedian's talking to you, it's like, all right, either I say something funny and then he looks, and
Yeah.
the show's like not as good, or I'm gonna look like an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's gotta be a way where it's like both of them get a win. You
Yeah.
know, like the guy on stage and.
That's
I mean, I
what-
guess a normal audience member isn't thinking like that, though.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, look, I should have sat so close.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be like, if I'm doing crowd work people, I try to be like as nice and like I don't want to be like a shithead and throw people under the bus or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a balance, because there's a difference between someone getting involved and heckling. I guess like both are technically heckling, but I don't know. The worst kind of heckler is the kind of person that's supporting you while interrupting. Like, we're just like, yeah, I was hanging with my girlfriend, and someone's like, been there.
Hell yeah, bet you are giving it to her good, aren't you?
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, man.
So you have to like, does he like give
You're
you?
just like, shut the fuck up, but like also sick.
Does he give you situations in the class, and you have to like think off your feet of like a cool comeback to the heckler?
Yeah.
Sick crowd work. What'd you pay for this? What'd you rebuttal to that, dude?
See, I have to take the rest of the course before I can respond to that, dude.
Yeah, you should.
See that? I put it on me. That's sick crowd work, dude.
That's like the crowd doing the work.
I just fucking crowdceptioned you, dude.
Whoa! I didn't even realialize. That's good, dude. I might take. Yeah, do you mind if I do? I could just sit behind you. It's on Zoom. I get to sit on the other side of the thing. You just go to like as a professor and just sit in front of a room full of people, like just listen quietly.
Yeah. Can
And then
we?
get paid by 30 people?
Can we just be behind you quietly while you're taking this class and watching?
I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
Besides the stealing part.
Just screen record it and put it on BitTorrent. That'd be cool.
Actually, we'll just.
But-
we won't even air this episode. We could just air.
Dude, I mean,
classes.
there's there was like 3 comics in that class that like have been doing it for a while.
Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah.
I was like surprised. I thought I was gonna be like the only one from around here.
Well, I
for
think
some
it's-
reason.
I think it's a big hang up for people. Crowd work is a hang up for people.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, maybe this will give me like a structure to do it or something like that.
Yeah.
But so maybe that's why they're doing it. Like, are these people who are known for doing crowd work? Are they super prepared types of people?
No, not necessarily. But yeah, I just didn't. For some reason, even though the people that are running these classes are from around here, I just didn't expect to see people I knew in it. I was just like, I didn't think that would be a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know why. I think because there is like a little bit of like a weird thing with taking comedy classes.
Yeah.
Which I do get. But
yeah, I think it's just easy to like, in a controlled environment to give it a few shots instead of doing it like wasting a whole. Like you could go out and spend like 2 hours at a mic and you get 5 minutes of working out crowd stuff. It seems like a long time to actually hone in the skill. Maybe you could chop off a few of the edges.
Yeah.
Make it a shortcut so you could get there quicker.
yeah.
A lot of people want
And
that.
also too, like
I think it's a waste of time and money.
I will say, since after
I
since
get why this dog piece of shit would do it. I get
dude, no, I mean he's you probably learn more
He
through
works
classes.
hard, and sometimes his hard work is him taking shortcuts.
Yeah.
He thinks he's gonna get him right to the top.
Yeah, and you're gonna be best friends with Dan Vitrano now.
I mean, Dan seems like a cool dude. I would
Yeah,
take
he
the
does
course
seem
just
like a
to,
nice guy.
Support him and his endeavors, and also I've never really seen him do crowd work. I feel like that would be probably
Exactly, I've never seen him do crowd work. To
That's
be
what I'm
honest,
saying. Like,
he
it's
always
not-
kills when I see him
Yeah.
like do rap. But I've never seen him do crowd work, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's probably even more of a waste of money. But whatever. It's not my. It's not my. I don't pay Rob. I don't pay Rob at all.
Yeah.
So I'm
Are
actually
you
gonna
supposed to
pay Rob.
pay Rob?
I'm gonna pay Rob at half
Pay
the
me.
price of the courses.
Yeah,
so
we
that I
should.
could
We
get-
should.
So I could
we
get the
should just
knowledge, and then
tutor
you-
Rob.
You could get the trickle down comedy course.
Okay.
Economics.
Trickle work.
Yeah, trickle work. We'll split it. We're like we're a not a double act. We're a triple act on stage. We just all get up there together.
Fuck it, we'll just have Roger and Linda join us too, just so we can get us all out of the way at once.
Oh yeah, is it twice as much for double acts?
Well, dude, I mean, in a way, bring it around. James, kind of what you do is kind of like comedy education.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm not trying
Wow,
to.
how uneducated.
I'm not trying to. I don't. I
need some
actually.
podcast
I'm with Cody.
education.
I'm very like, I don't learn well from classes at all. Like I've tried them. I've tried.
Yeah, everyone won't learn
I've
from
tried
different
college,
ways. Some
I've
people
tried
are a little
graduate
autistic and
school.
have to learn like autistic. Right.
Yeah.
I knew as soon as he told me this, I'm like, I'm gonna bring it up as much as possible
Yeah.
in the podcast.
It
I was gonna bully
may
one of you today. I was in a real bully
it
mood.
makes sense for Rob because Rob he's like in college now, so his
I think
brain
you were about to
is
say
wired.
incompetent.
His
I'm
brain
just
is
roasting
wired. His brain is wired for taking
I
classes.
feel bad now.
As a
Yeah,
college
I mean-
student, you think like problems are solved by taking classes, but they aren't. So,
Oh, no, dude, I
so you're
hate
fucked.
college.
That's what I learned from college. I was like, I'm not paying for another single fucking class.
Yeah. No,
Yet again.
Well, I can dive into that environment if it's something I'm like genuinely interested in.
Yeah.
I think it is dope in that respect, but also too, you gotta take it for what it is. It's not like a substitute. It's a supplement.
Yeah.
You can't like just take vitamin supplements and not like actually eat healthy at
Yeah.
the same time. You gotta do fucking both, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what the fuck you're saying, dude.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Take your supplements, everybody, or you're
Yeah.
fucked. Man.
But also too, it was kind of sick seeing you start your YouTube channel, because I seen you grow into the YouTube thing,
Yeah.
and it seemed like I could be projecting here, but it seems like you got more comfortable over time talking by yourself to a camera.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really weird and awkward thing. And I still got like a lot of ways to go. Like I've just
I want to see some of those videos that you talking to your phone or the camera that don't make it into the episode. Like some of the things you're like, holy shit, I gotta delete this. That so it doesn't see the light. I know there's a few of those in the
most
in
of
the
it is
chamber.
rambling that just makes no sense. Like
Okay,
it's not
it's
funny. It's
yeah,
just like
like
that mic was pretty good. I think I'm gonna do another mic. So that was fun. And I'm
Dude,
like,
I
this
get-
is the most boring shit ever.
dude, literally
But,
today I was trying to film myself do that. I was skateboarding. I just wanted to see what it would look like with me
Yeah.
doing the skateboard thing. There's a viral video of the dude drinking some cranberry juice with a tattoo of a feather on his head, listening to "Dreams" by Fleetwood Mac, just riding a skateboard.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it. I just wanted to see what it would look like, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna plan a fall. That'll be super happy, hilarious." And then I just was like doing. I like felt I was in my front like area where like everyone could see me. I must have like
Yeah.
fell off my skateboard like
Yeah.
6 times. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, if I don't get it this take,
Yeah.
and I looked down like, there's no reason for to do this other than the fact I'm getting my own enjoyment knowing that
Yeah.
people in their house are watching me
Yeah.
just keep doing the same things. Like, is he trying to do a trick? Like, because it just looks like me just riding and then just falling into grass. Because obviously,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall into the street.
Yeah.
But
It's hard. Like specifically trying to do something to entertain, like a sketch where it's very intentional,
yeah,
as opposed to like what I do. I'm just like trying to like document something, but I have since learned, you kind of got to like try to be more entertaining. And so actually the episode that's not out yet that I'm working on, I like have like my first sketch where it's like based on, it's like a parody of Steve Hofstetter. Because
he's the
he's the
you who don't know, he's like the classic comedian eviscerate tackler on YouTube. Like, have you ever seen those videos?
yeah.
And
the
he's-
eviscerator or the eviscerated?
and he's
The
got like red
eviscerator.
hair and
Ooh,
stuff. And
yeah.
I because I was like at a mic and a bird was heckling me, so I like eviscerated the bird.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, like I put on like a vest because he wears like vests and stuff, and I just like, yeah, this one couple was heckling me the whole time. Time to go in for the kill. And and also someone is allegedly, we'll see if this happens, is originally scoring my latest episode. They're making the original music for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So that
that's
should be
pretty cool.
interesting.
That's
Yeah.
neato stuff.
Yeah.
I have a like, so what was your inspiration? You were just filming stuff and then just kind of started doing this show, like, or did you have? Was there maybe like a comedian that back in the day you would be like, dude, it would have been really neat. Like, that's what I always thought. Like, I was like wondered, like, I would love to see a video of like Louis or somebody that I like, looked up to comedically, and was like, how did they like get the ball moving? Like all the stuff clips you see from them are usually pretty good. You know, you don't really get to see them in the beginning stages, like you and in your frustration and comedy and what it's actually like.
Right, because it was like I was always a big fan of like Crashing or like Louis' series and stuff like that, where it's like fictionalized and like not realistic at all. Like, okay, it takes them one season to become super famous or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted.
Yeah, he's staying on Bill Burr's couch after season 2 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Man,
Artie Lang
cool.
after episode 2 or something like that. Like like all Sarah Silverman's
best friends with Artie Lang doing coke with him.
Yeah, exactly. Sarah Silverman gets you a job doing warm up for Rachel Ray or something like that. So yeah, I just wanted to.
So either that's the truth or you're very unlucky.
I know. I don't think I'm pretty unlucky actually. But I just wanted to try and portray the best I can what it's like to be a comedian and how it sucks. It's not always the success, but that's okay because that's life. It's like a metaphor for life, you know?
Let's go, baby. I mean, that is sick because I've showed like a few friends it. I'm like, this is what it's actually like because it's kind of when like we were talking about with Crashing or any dramatization of comedy. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of the same feelings as like a veteran has watching a war movie. Yeah, it's like you take cover. Yeah, like you don't just run in with 2 Uzis, just like you know what I mean? Right. And like I felt that way with like music movies. What's the one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
Stars Born.
Yeah, that one. Like watching that, I was so frustrated.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. I'm curious to know what you were like as in like high school. Like, were you like insecure in high school? Like, what were your major insecurities? I'm assuming you were.
Yeah.
What were you?
What were my major insecurities?
Yeah, back in like, have they changed? Have they altered at all? Like, anything that you used to be afraid of?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like getting better at just sitting there. But I'll say my insecurities probably started in middle school because when we moved to France, we went to like a bilingual, half French, half English school, but it stopped at 6th grade. It stopped being bilingual, so it was just in French. So I went to all French classes. So I just sit there not knowing what the fuck was going on. And it was the most
sit
awkward.
There or shit there, or you'd be both. You'd be.
I mean,
there
both.
And
I would just like sit there, not like feeling so powerless and like so pathetic that I have no idea what's going on.
You might as well have just been one of the desks in the room.
Yeah, it was horrible, and like it was like just poorly managed school.
It's such a weird type of insecurity to have. That you had no choice but to have.
Yeah, and they put me in like a class just to sit there, not to do anything. Like I don't know, it was really
By
bad.
Yourself?
Yeah, no, it was like they put me in because I had a free period. They're like, we'll just put him in the advanced French class so we can just sit in the back and listen. But I didn't know I was supposed to listen, so I was just like awkward. Like I didn't know if I was supposed to do anything or not, so I was just awkwardly sitting there. I didn't like ever talk to the teacher. I just like slink in and slink out. It was like, I don't know. It's the worst. I just didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. Sounds like you're my dog Jack. He's blind and deaf, and he just kind of like roams around the house. Like, is someone saying? Is someone talking to me?
Yeah.
And your hair is kind of like his too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm like a golden retriever. and then I went to 2 high schools. For the first 2 years, 9 and 10, I went to like American School of Paris, which was like it was pretty much cooler because it was like the turnover rate. It's an international school. Turnover rate was like average stay of time was 2 or 3 years. So it was much easier to make friends. It was very conducive to making friends environment. So I enjoyed that. But for 11th and 12th grade, I came back in Pennsylvania and went to like a public school. And that was weird. Like, I don't know. I'd never been to a public school before. I just like sat in the corner and like didn't talk to many
Just
people.
talked in
and stuff like
French.
no, I hated French. I dropped out of French when I came back here. They're like, "You're gonna be so good at French." I'm like, "I fucking hate this shit. I don't want to take
It's
classes
like
in
they were
French."
like, "You're gonna love French," and they made you smoke an entire.
It was
carton
like
of French.
French was like my crowd work, like just doing it and being out there in person in France learning. I could do it, but if I was taking a class, like I couldn't.
I hear
follow
Rob
it.
knows a guy who could give you classes in French.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Vitrano, is that a French name?
Sorry,
that's
Lutrano.
Litrano. Is there any French comedians?
Is that what you do to things to make? No.
Sorry, I don't know. We should.
Sorry, dude. I'm just doing some fucking improv.
Dude, how dare you try to fucking improve yourself? I'm pissed.
Yeah, come
fucking
on.
sick of this shit, man.
Well, we got Tony Robbins over here.
Guys always
Next,
like, "Brr."
next thing you know, you're gonna be walking on hot coals.
Dude,
in a
fucking office style. If someone like came up to you, started speaking French right now, like
You'd probably-
how well would you fare?
Would you?
it depends. I could probably understand what they're saying. If they're speaking like super fast, like it might be hard or something.
All right.
But if they're just saying stuff, you want to test me? Okay, let's see.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Robert, et toi?
Hello, my name is Robert, and you? That's what you're saying. Yeah, I mean
Wow, you figured
that's the
out-
easiest stuff. But
You know that shit. You think French?
Yeah, I did.
Is this part of the courses?
yeah. Yeah, this is part of the crowd work.
ask me to say something, I'll see if I can say it. I might not be able to.
These are not.
How do you say like
I found
like,
these
ha-
meatballs
Como
next
se
to you.
dit?
como se dit? What is como se dit?
How do you say?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Come see, come saw.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's got to be harder than that.
All right,
I'm gonna know
all right.
every word you know,
All right,
probably.
Ferme le grand bouche.
Shut your big mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Ask me a word like a really hard word though that I might not know.
Paleontology.
And maybe I'm lying to you. Maybe I can get away.
I
with
was actually very impressed from
Yeah.
the shut your big mouth.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Uh,
mean, those are very like big and mouth are very basic words.
Fair.
Um,
Ferme though.
How long
Ferme
did you
shot.
take?
Well, yeah. I mean, also I was told to
How
shut
long
my
did you
mouth
take,
in
uh,
school a lot too.
Why don't you take French for it, Rob?
I just like took it like freshman, sophomore year.
Did you
of high
feel-
school, and then also my grandma is like off the boat French.
Oh,
Oh, really? You're French?
Yeah.
That speaks
You're
so
f-
much about you.
I'll say
A
the French
Jew.
go hard. Like they don't like when I was in France,
Yeah.
it was still legal to hit kids in school.
Right.
I'll say the school I went to were like more progressive. They're like no hitting kids in school. We have head teachers that have hit students, but they've been fired after they've hit students. And then their favorite insult,
Just
which
fired though.
just fired because it's not against the law.
Okay.
And their favorite insult, which I was called many times, was badly raised, mal élève. They're like, you've been badly raised. So they're not even insulting you; they're insulting your parents.
I guess that's
I've
like
had,
they're disrespecting your honor.
They just, they're very mean.
That's such a like. Yeah, if you said that to an American, that like that only really would offend like a French person, I guess, because you say that like, yeah, I know, dude, they've been fucking up this whole time. Like, my parents suck.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyone here like, you just make fun of my parents? Yeah, they fucking.
Yeah.
Good point. You're right. I should take it out on them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember being called that, and I was like, "Oh, how dare you!"
Remember
say
when
anything.
people found out I did theater, everyone called me a baguette. So-
Oh, hey.
Why?
Damn, that's rough. Yeah, the only person I never got called gay. Like my school was pretty progressive. Like I would like in 9th grade is when I learned like don't say gay. But I remember when I went to my doctor to be recommended to a therapist for the first time. My doctor was like, "So why do you want to go to a therapist?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like my parents just separated. It's pretty tough." And he's like, "Are you having any confusing thoughts?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Are you having any homosexual thoughts?"
This guy's coming on you.
So that's the closest I've got to being called gay was
I think
by
that's the
my therapist.
closest you got to someone. Like, the way you were doing it seemed like I don't know if you were taking character of his character.
Yeah.
But you're like, so what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You do this now?
you like that? I'm just nervous because it's past trauma that I'm talking about. I'm not over it yet. Okay.
That's all right. That's why
Oh.
you. That's why you put it here.
What
Yeah.
was it? Was it more chill over there? Because I know like their work culture is drastically different
Yes,
from ours.
their work culture is much more chill. Like they would force my dad to take 6 weeks off, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is probably.
That's
That's kind of what they
School-
did here, but they're like, also everyone's getting sick. You
Yeah,
have to take off. Also, we're not paying you.
People
yeah,
have
we,
to die.
we had way less school days. We got like so many holidays and stuff, and
Damn.
yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it.
The only thing I really remember from high school being like an insecurity. Did you guys have rock climbing?
No.
We climbed the rope. We just had the
You had a
old-fashioned ropes.
We had like
yeah.
we had like rock climbing our thing, and they used to give us these harnesses
Mm-hmm.
that you'd have to wear. And I didn't have a good bulge. I didn't have like a good. And it was annoying. Like it's 11th grade and like 10th, 11th. It was 10th or 11th grade. I'm like, dude, this is like I gotta start packing my fucking my crotch for this shit because I'm like, dude, Doug's got a big old. Look at Doug's package. You can tell
Yeah.
when people like I'd stand next to the guy with smaller package. I'm like, if I just stand near him, they can't know.
Yeah.
It's just because what it is once you're like fine until you go in the harness. And then it just kind of like leaves nothing for imagination. And for whatever reason, my body kind of hides my package. It kind of like goes under it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not necessarily like a tiny dick, and also it's not there to really show itself off. So I'm just like, dude, this is fucking. Why would they do this in like one of the like worst time periods for me? Be like, all right, we're gonna kind of show off your penis a little bit.
Do you remember if the French have sick dongs?
Can I be honest? I wasn't
Yeah.
even aware enough in like when I was in France to like know that I should be insecure about having a small dick. Like the first time I ever saw porn was like in 9th grade on speaking of chill French, like all of a sudden after like 11:30 at night, you know, a couple channels just switched.
You're gonna
to
need
porn.
a grande bouche.
They just switched to porn, and it's like usually it's like American dubbed into French porn, so it's like Playboy soft core porn or something, and I'm just watching it and I'm like, what the fuck is what okay, so like I remember watching one where it's like the woman was the warden to the jail, and she was having sex with the people in jail.
With the
but then
prisoners?
she'd put poison on her nipples, so they'd be
Of course.
sucking her nipples, and
They would die. Well, that's what happened in French jail, right?
So that's how she got away with having.
That was an American
She'd
made
have
porno.
yeah, I think so. And he was like licking. He's like, this tastes like cherries, just cherries. Like I was learning French as it, and then he's like, while she's getting dressed, and so she was like the Black Widow.
Dude, I can't. That's actually smart though. If you started teaching kids stuff,
That's fucking amazing.
hooked on phonics, hooked on this dick, dude, hooked on porn.
Yeah,
That's actually a pretty good way. I bet you a lot of students fucking pay attention.
yeah. And it was weird. I'm trying to think if there's anything else weird. That was all that
I know
knew
like
of.
the Europeans are just more free with like nudity, sex.
We're
Yeah.
trying to be that
It's
way
not, it's
here.
not as big of a deal there.
We're trying though. We got
Yeah.
cuties.
Yeah, we got cuties.
We just
And
do it
actually,
wrong. We do it wrong. We're like, oh, we got culture. We got cuties.
I-
All right, that's
I
like,
think,
you know what that is?
Cooties.
Cuties.
It's a show on Netflix about like a
Oh, okay.
11-year-old twerk
Yeah,
team.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I've seen that.
Give it a
Dude-
shot. You love
Dude,
it.
Netflix just got
I mean, I've
sued.
seen people talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Netflix just got sued for cuties.
Really?
Yeah, for
Is that
child
French?
pornography.
Is
I
that
think
a
it is
French
Fr- I
production?
think it is French. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well,
Wait,
Um,
for child pornography?
Mm-hmm.
So they might not be a company anymore.
Nah,
no,
it'll
I
be
don't think
fine.
it's child pornography.
Yeah, it's not, but
I know. I
mean-
think it was like Texas.
of course it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely uncomfortable. It's wildly uncomfortable.
What? Kids?
Cuties, the scene from Cuties.
Well, see, when I was in France, I was like about that age, so I'd have been like, yeah, more
Oh,
of
dude.
this.
Oh yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
actually, yeah,
If I was that age and I watched, I would
Yo,
have been like,
we're-
oh,
I don't know.
We're being
Like
selfish,
I
dude.
just don't
That's a
like.
good point,
I
man.
haven't watched it. I don't want to watch. Like I feel like I
Right.
might need to watch
Don't-
it to comment on
no.
it, and I don't want to
Don't
watch it. So
Let the 11-year-old. We're being
You don't need to
selfish,
watch
man.
it.
We're taking this away from
Yeah.
11-year-old boys.
That's true.
Yes, we just got to be well behaved. The only thing is that we know that there's other people doing it that are not 11.
yeah,
And it's like that's bad. But
That's where the problem lies. And all right, let me describe
let's
it
think
to
of
you.
these little boys.
It's literally like these girls like in tights, like doing provocative dancing, and like literally you can see like the outlines of the nethers, and like they're like rubbing themselves in weird ways. It's it's gross. It's weird.
yeah.
And I get that it's art, but Come on, man.
Yeah, see, I don't.
doesn't need to
I can't
exist,
speak enough to that. I will say there was a movie they remade in. It was I think it was a big French movie. It was a French movie they remade in America. I think it's called LOL when they remade it in America, and it was starring Miley Cyrus. And they didn't adjust it enough. So there's a scene where Miley Cyrus, who was, I don't know, probably like 20 or something at the time, was taking a shower with her mom, which I guess is okay in France, but it was like a little weird here. So
Whoa.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, cultural norms are always interesting to navigate. Actually, I did a virtual mic last night with a dude from Dubai.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he actually from Dubai, or was he an immigrant?
Like he's living
in Dubai?
He's living in Dubai, like doing stand-up in Dubai.
Well, is he is he an immigrant to Dubai, or is he was born and raised
from there.
Oh, cool.
And it is interesting because I was like, what can you like talk about? Because I know like just even the art of sarcasm is very cultural.
Yeah.
But he said basically over there they're down for anything. You can't talk about like your government poorly.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he was talking about.
I hear that even in like most places around the world, even though that they're censored like that, they have like underground comedy clubs that they could go to and stuff like that.
Yeah, where you could speak easy.
Oh,
Yo,
Damn.
hey, yo, hey, bumping mics, bump the mic. Yeah. Ooh.
This class is working.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah. But what we're saying is we're basically rebels doing stand-up comedy. We're changing the world, guys.
That's coming. We're not allowed to say most words in this garage.
Yeah. So let's talk some shit about the Dubai government right now.
Come and get us, you fucking pussies.
Yo,
I don't even know where Dubai is.
yeah, at least you're not Qatar, am I right? Or Qatar, whatever they say.
Dubai sounds like an ad campaign for like bisexual people. Like at the end, it's like Dubai.
Like, come to AC. You doing?
yeah, do AC.
Do AC.
Dubai.
Dubai. Yeah, I was like, actually, I had a Facebook memory said from last year. We were in AC at Tina set up a show
Right.
at Bourret or
Oh,
Yeah.
and we did that. Yeah,
I
and
can
I
safely say we did buy.
Oh yeah, you guys went partying out afterwards. I
Did
didn't.
you not come with us?
No, I didn't. I was like, I need to fall asleep. I couldn't
Yeah,
stay up.
I
I'm
should've
not
went
as
with that as
hardcore.
That was a crazy night. I don't even.
We ended
How
up at
did we
Ducktown.
Oh,
Ducktown. We just didn't go to sleep. Just stayed up all night. We were at
do you
Mountain
do
Bar.
that?
Oh, it's
It was
it's
horrible.
taking
At the
its
end of the
toll.
night.
Yeah, I feel like
I
I'm
wanted to
getting
die.
older. I'm like, I can't stay out. Like even the music festivals when we're out till like 4 a.m. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
ooh. I mean, this is
No,
yeah.
it's bad.
It's,
It's getting. No, you're right. It is.
I'm not 27 anymore.
I remember.
Not
I remember
really.
Tina. Like the sun was out. I think it might have been like 7 or 8 a.m.
Yeah, it was like 7
Yeah.
She
a.m.
was like, "Let's
Good
let's
luck.
go to like the top of like a light tower or something like that."
yeah,
And I looked at her. I was like, "You're out of your fucking mind."
Going home. I gotta go to bed.
In her defense, it was her birthday. I think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, no,
yeah.
she
That was
lives
actually a really
AC.
fun
She
show, too.
moved to AC now, and she's like she's the
Yeah, she was
AC
basically home,
lifestyle
like, I would
through
have
and
done
through.
that too. Like if I'm 3 minutes away
Yeah.
from a bed, I'm like, I'll go see a light
Yeah.
tower real quick and then go back to.
Yeah,
Betty
and then
by
you
time.
drove me back.
That's right.
That's what cocaine is for, boys. Am I right? Partying longer.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's what we did there. There was another comedian. I won't specify who. I think he did it for his first time, and he was like in the bathroom pooping. I kept pretending to poop, and I just kept going in there and going in there like, here's a water. We were at the bar, Duck Tavern. They don't give you water. You have to buy like $5 waters.
Oh,
there.
that's such an AC thing.
But I'm like, I'm already there. Yeah, but it's not even in a casino or anything. So I'm already there, and I just bought by like the last of my money. I was limited on money. I bought like a beer, and now I'm like, you have any water? They're like, it's $5. I'm like, I just bought. Can I trade you back this beer then? Like, I can't not have water. I'm
Yeah.
clearly a paying customer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, give me tap. What are you drinking? Give me what you're drinking. And they were dicks about
I
it.
feel like there's laws in certain states where they have to give you a glass of water.
I mean, it's just like, why not?
I don't
You
know.
fucking assholes. Like,
Yeah.
give me goddamn water.
Yeah.
I guess they have this different story in AC. Do AC.
Oh,
You're
they
doing
might have.
AC. they're probably like, "Oh, we're getting homeless people coming in here." But like, just know the difference, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, I guess that's coming from me, so maybe they couldn't tell that night.
Yeah.
I mean that was a long ass night. That was I remember I made the 4 whites joke around like a black comic, and
Yes.
he wasn't thrilled about it.
No. Nope. You might want to. I'm sure any black listeners right now need to know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. So basically, where this joke stemmed from was after one of the shows at the W, like 4 comics went to like a restaurant afterwards to have like brunch, and
white people doing very white things.
Yeah, we were doing very white things, and then also too we were all talking about like going like just doing very white people activities. And then I just raised my glass and I was like 4 whites.
Yeah.
So then I kept saying that.
Yeah.
But around people that had no context.
Right. Yes.
And I said around a black comic, he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
There are technically 4 whites here, and he had issue with it, which
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. He's like, I don't know.
It's like, he's just like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, I guess it's like kind of like one of those things where he doesn't know where, like, oh no, it's just dumb shit anyway. It's like, what do you mean? What else is behind it? It's like, no, we're just there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 of us.
Yeah, it's
Just keep
it's a clerical thing.
Just keep it count.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke.
There is no joke. It was
No,
just
I'm
like,
kidding.
I was like, all right. So you see, like,
it is a tough. Yeah, it is. I think.
I
think you weren't gonna explain it to him, and I was like, you gotta tell him now, man. You can't. Just...
But it is kind of one of those jokes where you have to be there. I don't know.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you can only be there if you're white. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't done any racist jokes, so I just judge
In a
people
while.
who do. In a while, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, try it out. You know.
Yeah, you
You gotta dip your toes back in the water every now
Gotta
and
have
again.
a Kramer moment every now and then.
Yeah.
Well,
and you can dip your toes in because we can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Sorry.
You know how they have,
I'm doubling down.
Have you? There's this one mic where they're like, it's like I don't want to say this, but it's like anti-triggering mic. You know, it's like if you're triggered, don't come to this mic.
Oh, dude, that would be the perfect place to go to.
I'm
if I
like,
get
yeah,
triggered
that's
easily.
where racists go. I bet.
Well, and also that, and also people that want to get triggered. Like getting triggered is also some like a personal desire. Like it's like, oh, it's like them getting to react to their triggerness is like a good feeling to some people.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate being triggered.
equally hate.
Right. And that's how it should be. But there's certain people that like it's not even they don't even realize it's just like so intertwined into who they are that they get like some sort of like some sort of rise out of being able to like have that confrontation,
Yeah.
and that they're superior and having this is where you're supposed to be. I'm smarter than you because you don't think this way. It's like, well, some people, yes, you could say that too, and that's completely valid. Other people, you're like, when you're actually just like kind of assuming things. And that's where it gets.
It sounds like you're like describing like what a dominatrix does.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Some people like it up here. Some
Right.
people.
Maybe that's maybe comedy dominatrix. Dude,
They like the trigger.
Can you imagine?
These are the pressure points I push.
Imagine James just like being a dominatrix. It's just me thrown out like this. He's just tickling. He's like,
I can see it's James being
You're
like,
bad at comedy and you know it.
what would
slave.
what would your safe word be?
Suck my balls. The Hardy Boys. I don't know. Yeah, I have any of you been in a situation where you needed a safe word?
Probably, but I didn't have one.
You didn't have one.
I'm just
It's
saying
just
in general.
stop.
I've never.
You've never been in a situation where, like, if you say stop, it means keep going.
not sexually or in
I
any
have
physical
been-
manner. It's just been stuff where I'm like, I want this to stop, and I don't know how to do it. I wish this person would stop.
Oh no.
I've been in a situation where someone said like, "I have a safe word," but
Okay.
I never asked for a safe word.
Mm-hmm.
Where they wanted it super rough, and they're like, "Hey, I'm really into this, but here's my word, just in case."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right."
What was that safe word?
I forget. It was like 2 years ago.
Guess
that would
Guess
be the
he
worst
wasn't as intimate an experience as you're making out to seem.
a dominatrix with short-term memory loss. It's like, pineapple. Shut the fuck up, dude. Stop saying that.
Shut up. What is it? Slave.
Oh, if you're the person that.
I taped all my safe words on the wall in front of me. Let me just look at them.
Hooked on phonics for fucking.
Let me just check my phone. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is pineapple. Okay.
But yeah, that shit's crazy. I have had to ask people to stop, but
What were they doing?
The situation.
It's actually just me. I wasn't even invited. He's like, stop, dude.
Please stop. No, a situation I can recall is like if someone's doing stuff to my balls. I hate that. I hate ball stuff. I know. Like I feel like I'm in the minority. Like people are like suck my balls. But I'm like,
no, don't do that.
Please don't. It feels very uncomfortable.
Dude, why are you putting your balls
I have
in
very
timeout?
sensitive balls.
You're putting your balls in timeout. You're like, no one gets to touch you.
Yeah.
I'm
just-
growing the hair out on these baby.
It's like, yo, there's a dick there, right?
No, I get you. Balls are just the
It
boobs
doesn't
of
feel
the,
good.
of the base of the male.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
kind of just know. Actually, at least.
No, they're way more delicate.
Yeah. I would agree. I mean, it depends.
I don't think just as many nerve endings in the balls.
Well, one thing I heard about the clit is in the clit, there's literally twice as many nerve endings in there as there is as like the head of the dick.
Yep, that is true.
Just concentrate on that fucking bean.
Yep.
That's
drop, dude.
nuts. And that made me, when I heard that made me rethink
You've never
everything.
seen. I've seen people with shirts that say that.
Really?
Yeah. That's like a big,
Listen, we've all been the Wildwood.
It's a big it's a big feminist rallying cry.
It would be
thing.
really
Yeah.
nice, though, if we did get to a point in society that it would be nice to
You
get to a point in
feminist, you.
society where that's what people are parading for.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
everything else in society, like the problems have been taken care of, so people are getting pissed that their junk isn't getting touched properly. So it's like, all right, we're marching and making shirts for the vagina.
My union's on strike. No sex until the balls get taken care of. How would that even work?
I probably wouldn't. I don't think we're gonna get past the issues we have anyway now. So
Yeah.
we might be all right in that category.
What if,
Dude,
like,
like a
I guess.
6 t-shirt would be like, we're taking this all the way to city balls.
what if like a purge or like a Hunger Games situation does solve all of our problems?
But then we have to purge. I've been saying that since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Would you be down for purge?
I don't know if I should say this, but like my mom's like a conspiracy theory person, and like when the pandemic first happened, like they were releasing I think like non-violent offenders, and my mom's like, they're releasing the prisoners. They want to make this a purge-like situation. She texted me that, and I was like,
she's right.
I was like, okay. I was like, if that does happen, like, because it's always like something crazy that like I'm like, if that happens, it's actually pretty fucking cool, but it's just not happening.
Right. Actually, I mean, there's been a few times in this garage where I'd be really drunk with my neighbor. I'm like, dude, it's coming, man. I got like 6 guns or 11 guns, whatever. Dude, we'll just line up right out this garage. We could shoot them in the garage. We get drunk and hang out in the garage and just fend off the purgers.
Yeah.
And then go purge. You know, like all right, it's our turn to go take a few nice items.
We
Like we'll kill the purgers.
yeah.
Anyone like walking by with
Yeah.
a nice item, kill them, purge them for what they're purging.
we got like chickens in case the grocery stores stop
have living-
providing food.
You have like living chickens.
Well, so we got them, and then we a bunch of foxes ate them. So so we gave them away to the mailman, and then again during the pandemic, I was like, okay, we definitely need chickens again. But then they just kept getting eaten, and it was just too hard, so we gave them away again. So
secretly,
we're definitely dying when the purge. The first ones we gave away to the mailman. The second ones we gave away to the lawn people.
How many stamps do you need for chicken?
I don't know. He just I don't. Yeah, I wonder how he picked that up. Did he just
Put
put
it?
it?
Work
Put
the
it?
rest of it. Were you the last stop, or was he just like, all right, come on?
I think we are close to the end. I don't know. I wonder if he just put it in a cage and put it in his like back of the mail truck or something.
That guy's definitely banging that chicken. If I know one thing about mail carriers,
Yeah, they bang
banging
chickens.
My sister is a mail carrier.
Oh, is she?
There's chickens all over her room. I don't know what they're doing, but I have a suspicion
Yeah.
she's banging chickens.
Did you ever hear the audio of that German guy banging a chicken?
No, but there's audio.
She's like, "Oh, chicken," and you hear the chicken go like,
Oh, chicken.
except like it's German, like he's clearly saying chicken in German. I actually don't know. I don't remember it that well. Yeah.
That was a really good chicken getting raped, Joe.
9999999.
It's like Peter Griffin when he's or what's his? That's from
He's
a
beating
fucking
up
movie
the
anyway.
chicken.
Yeah. Well, no, I was if the one there's a bit in it where the guy Glenn or who's their neighbor? I forget which their neighbor is. Like always falls out of the tub from the top.
Oh, the
building,
paralyzed
and he's
guy?
Like, no. It's Cleveland. Cleveland's always like,
yeah.
he's like 99999.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually saw like a sick video of this drummer. I showed you him. He did like that Super Mario shit.
Yeah.
But he did this drumming thing to Hitler, just be like 9999999, and she's like 9999999999999. It was pretty hot. Like it was a sick beat.
That sounds dope. Is he?
Yeah.
He's just doing whatever though.
What, the drummer?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess right. Like he's just kind of coming out with all of his own shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's all
oh,
Hitler
and then the
themed.
caption was like, he was fucking just like riffing like Hitler out of existence. He was like,
I wonder if
just
that,
like shredding, and then like Hitler disappeared. It was pretty beautiful, actually.
How do you like
What?
describe that? Like, what are you working on? Well, it's Hitler inspired.
I think there's one of the
I'm
things.
trying to make Mein Kampf our Kampf.
Yeah, okay, I'm taking this back.
Yeah.
As a Jewish person, this is going to be our N word. I don't know.
But you need a drum set to say it.
Yeah.
But dude, we're at an hour 20, baby.
Yes, we are.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. James, where can the peeps follow you?
YouTube's my biggest platform. YouTube or Instagram, James McAliney. Check out my videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one more time, what's it? Diaries of James McAliney.
Yeah, Comedy Diaries of
Comedy-
James McAliney. It's just like usually about 10 minutes, give or take. Usually like a specific theme of something I'm doing stand-up comedy, like I'm preparing for a show. Some of the music festivals we've done, I think I've covered at least 2 of them, 2 or 3. Just different stuff about stand-up comedy and the human condition. If you're not a stand-up comedian, you might enjoy it too. I don't know.
Yeah,
Check it
if
out.
you enjoyed James' little banter on here, or if you're even thinking about doing comedy or just have an interest in the comedy lifestyle, definitely give it a shot. It's some interesting stuff there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I got a show. I don't know. October 17th, in East Falls, Philly. 6 o'clock. There's you get tickets online. So just look on my Instagram, right.cody, and I will post about it.
Hell yeah. And just follow me at Rob Cruz Comedy on Instagram. And yeah. That's it, baby. Shout out to the real ones.
We're all best friends.
This has been a DropTent Media production.